Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BandLab Plus Coffee. It's time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent track. Today, we're going to take it a little old school with some classic style electronic music from HenningUhle. We've got Out of the Dark. So, without further ado, let's head to the light and head to the lab. Excellent track. HenningUhle over here on the lab. That's at HenningUhle. Out of Germany, repping 67 followers. Their track, Out of the Dark, currently has 4 plays, 2 loves, one of which is our own, and Luke Bidet, who was featured on BandLab Plus Coffee with their track, Passion. So, 5 minutes, 19 seconds, let's buckle up for an electronic ride. Nice vocal sample. Do I need lyrics, Henning? Yeah, this bass makes me move. Very classic sense. Huge fan of this style. You can see my comment here. C89.5, local Seattle station that repped all of the electronic hits. It's so cosmic. We are adding, every couple of bars, we're adding a new instrumental element. You can hear the doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Just a really good danceable vibe, man. Oh, in the description we have the lyrics. Our hope here, the darkness surrounds us. Find your way out of the dark. I had a hard time that led to burnout a few years back. This is the soundtrack of my way out. Nice. So there's some triumph in this darkness. Is this a vocal sample? Ooh, with a fade out here at 1:53. Is all hope lost? We're in the darkness. Oh, tone shift. I've come to bring you back from the darkness. Take my hand. We'll head to the lights. There's nothing we can't do if we don't work together. The heroic vibes. Great swelling synth. Nice riser in the background. Heartbeat snare. Are you ready? Scooter's got the remix. That was my favorite thing to hear in the early 2000s. Scooter's got the remix! Now we're triumphant. We have this synth swelling up. It's giving us all the triumph. Good vibes. And the kick really thumping through there. Someone needs to make an anime music video to this. That real techno riding those hats. Ooh, nice. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. And then we let the silence ride it out. Excellent. Well done, Henning. Yes, this is an excellent mix of sounds, 5 minutes and 19 seconds of just the nostalgia vibes from the early 2000s for me, mixed with a little bit of 90s techno, I think is kind of maybe what I'm getting in there. Everything's stabby, that hi-hat rhythm groove, really labooshy, and then that kick was chef's kiss. So let's jump into two things I love and one thing I want more of. The first thing I love about this track is, in fact, this heartbeat kick. The thump and the way that it is put into the mix, whether it was a sample, whether it was played, whether it was on a machine, a VST, whatever it was the correct kick for the job. It was driving. It led us through. It was that 4 on the floor, boom, 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 boom. And at the same time, it wasn't overbearing. It wasn't overtaking the rest of the track. So the kick itself, not only well mixed, but well implemented, and the sound made sense within the context and the scope of the song itself. Here we go. Right there, pounding, driving, not too harsh though. Really great. The kick, really great. Can't say enough good things about that. The other thing, the second thing that I love about this track is this dynamic riff right here. So in a lot of songs, you would have maybe something a little more subtle, but this being a journey out of darkness and to find hope, recovering from burnout is what HenningUhle tells us. The fact that we are recovering from this and the fact that we implement what would be the audio form of personification, audiosonification, made it up. The fact that we took that and we sort of manifested that into the track as this real vibe, and in fact, vibe killer on purpose. I mean, we kill the vibe here on purpose. We are descending into hopelessness, into darkness. And we start fading it. Find your way out of the dark. This is the burnout from a few years back. And what ensues is the soundtrack of The Way Out. Our hope here, this darkness around us. We fade out. But that's not the end of the story. We rise again, because our hope is here. The darkness may surround us, but we'll never surrender. That is the vibe that I get from that complete zone out of the track, the way that we stop there. And it's what makes it the second thing I love. Now, the one thing I want more of, there were two things kind of in this track, two suggestions I had, but the one thing I think that I want to go with is, in fact, this synth that comes in the Triumph. I'm not sure if this synth represents our hope and therefore is kind of leading us out. And as the leader, we want it to really come to the forefront. And if we do, that's good. That's great. However, the synth itself maybe is a little loud, not overpowering or overbearing, but simply volume-wise, decibel level, a little loud in the mix. We can bring that back and we can carve out an EQ space in the rest of the track for it so that we still have a really clear picture of this stabbing synth, this hope in the darkness, without having to raise the volume quite so high. Because if we listen to it here, what we get is we get a real loud synth that overwhelms everything else. And while music is incredibly subjective, I would suggest that that really awesome kick you have, even with it being as thump and as loud and as driving as it is, it gets drowned out. You hear how that even overpowers the snare? In the snare, I mean, we want that to slap. So it just gets a little bit loud. And I apologize, we don't actually have the kick yet. Now we will have the kick. All very loud, all very driving, all very cool. But at the end of the day, I might see how we could carve out some space in the EQ field for that synth rather than turning it up and making it the feature just based on loudness alone. In fact, a great rule of thumb, and it doesn't work for everything, but it seems to work for me most times. A great rule of thumb, if you want something to be the loudest in your mix, then turn it up first. Bring it up. Have everything else turned down, bring the thing you want to be the loudest all the way up. And from there, take the thing you want to be second loudest and mix it to that. How loud is it in relation with the thing that should be the loudest? And from there, you just continue to raise elements of your mix until they fit where they need to fit volume-wise. So we'll go up and down in volume, and then we'll go side to side in panning, and then we'll use our depth of field. That way we have this full stereo space, but nothing's going to stick out too much because we have decided our order of operations. Do we want the listener to focus on this for this part of the song or this for this part of the song? And when we do that, have we left enough room for mastering, as in headroom? Some decibels for headroom, and so on and so forth, right? That could be a class all its own, and smarter people than me have taught it before, and for free. So that is just the one thing I want more of. I think I want that main synth of the Triumph brought down a little bit. And whether that's in volume or in harshness, I leave that to you. In fact, I leave it to you whether or not it should be turned down at all. That is just my humble opinion. So everyone needs to jump on over to BandLab and follow HenningUhle out of Germany. 67 followers. We can do better. All right. Y'all should be following this person here because they clearly have a grasp of EDM music, especially the classics. Big fan of this. Already has my 5 plays. Cheers towards more, my friend. And you know what? While you guys are over there, you should follow DJTatious on YouTube, BandLab, or wherever you choose to consume your social media. Thanks so much for waking up, winding up, and queuing up another excellent BandLab track. And we will see you tomorrow.